Hi, my name is Stuart Kimball. I'm along with a training student, and today I'll be presenting acupuncture within the military population for pain control. My PICO question is, in the military population, does acupuncture lead to the same or better result of pain management than that of pain management medications such as NSAID or opioids in objective pain scales? I'll be primarily focusing on auricle acupuncture, which is seen on the left, which is acupuncture points that are within the ear, but this also applies to full body acupuncture or acupuncture all over the body. Acupuncture was first recorded over 2,000 years ago in China. There's two forms, mechanical acupuncture as well as electrical acupuncture, which uses electrical stimulation. Acupuncture is originally thought that there are channels and branches within the body, and pain blocks these channels and pathways. Acupuncture then goes into and clears these blockages to allow for the normal flow of sensations. Acupuncture is shown to stimulate A beta, A delta, and C fibers, which is very similar to what we're learning in therapeutic modalities. Electrical acupuncture can stimulate the release of opioid peptides when stimulated at a frequency of 2 to 100 hertz. In a study of 60 volunteers, 54 felt live penetration of the needle. However, out of that same 60, 47 felt the placebo needle, and that they created a placebo needle that stimulated the same sort of sensation that a live needle would when puncturing the skin. Looking at the military as a whole, in Iraq and Afghanistan, there were 51,000 wounded in action, greater than that. And in Iraq and Afghanistan, 2,600 were deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan, and in that 44% of those individuals experienced chronic pain, and of that 44%, 55.6% experienced daily pain. In that, 50% of them consumed opioids. Out of those opiates prescribed, 80% of those opiates prescribed were done by primary care physician, while less than 1% were prescribed by a pain specialist. Now, this is important that most people are aware of the opioid epidemic that is going on in the United States. Well, it is very prevalent within the military population, especially because so many military members are actually prescribed opioids, and because of the dependency and the addiction rate that is associated with opiates. So it is a very prevalent problem in the United States, and even more so within the military due to the frequency of use of opiates. In 2010, it is recorded that 1/3 of all active duty members of the military were prescribed opiates at least one time within that year. Looking at it further, the military has 5 levels of care. Level 1 is going to be your first responder, your combat medic. 2 is your battlefield facility. 3 is the off-battlefield facility. 4 is outside the United States, and 5 is inside the United States. Now, this is important because pain that cannot be controlled by NSAIDs is recommended the use of opiates. And typically this is done by oral mucosal absorption fentanyl, as pictured on the right, more like a fentanyl lollipop, if you will, in the inside the cheek, and it absorbs those membranes, or by the use of ketamine and morphine. Fentanyl and morphine are opioids. Ketamine, however, is not, but it is again used for that pain management medication. In the military, opiate is the #1 recommended medication to control pain that is debilitating or where NSAIDs do not work. Further looking at acupuncture within the military, in a study of 172 military members that experienced 4 acupuncture treatments within a 1-year time, they looked at the medication prescription and usage rate 60 days prior as well as 60 days after. In this study, they found after 4 treatments that opioid usage decreased by 41%, muscle relaxants decreased by 34%, and NSAIDs decreased by 42%, while benzos decreased by 14%. In another review of 9 random control trials, 8 of those found that auricle acupuncture was beneficial in reducing pain. Now, looking at this from an athletic training standpoint, there have been positive results within the military. However, within Virginia, athletic trainers are not permitted to do acupuncture. Now, there's a couple ways to look at this. One, we lobby to VATA as well as other agencies to support Virginia athletic trainers in using acupuncture. I believe with the simplicity and decreased risk factors associated with auricular acupuncture, the needles that are pictured on the fingertip on the right, in which these points are put into the ear, and then these small needles fall out after they're done when the body naturally pushes them out, would be a better fit for athletic trainers as well as for sports teams, along with some other factors that go into it. Andrews Air Force Base, located just outside of DC, does a 2-day weekend class to teach you this acupuncture method, in which athletic trainers could also go to a similar class or be built into their curriculum already. This could be used in conjunction with prescribed rehab plans to combat the issue that's going on at first, as well as manage the pain, because that again is one of those goals that we as athletic trainers have, and athletic training students have for our patients, to reduce that pain, to give that long-term goal of returning back to activity at full. So this is not going to be used in replacement of treatment as far as rehabilitation, but more so in conjunction with it to manage that pain. And this can be used as a tool within a toolbox. This may work for some patients, however, may not work for all. This should be used as a referral technique at this time, where we, as athletic trainers, athletic training students, refer the patient to an acupuncture specialist, and they can see if this does, in fact, help manage their pain. That can be used in conjunction with medication, but overall in conjunction with a rehabilitation plan. Thank you.